Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
There's a lot going on, but first off, this is show 6. Or we have 6 shows left, I should say, not show 6.
You're counting today.
I'm counting today. Including today, we have 6 shows left. And then we're done for the year on Twitch. Because we are wrapping everything up, Twitch and podcast, on December 15th, which means the 14th is the last Twitch show. 15th is the last podcast.
Maybe we'll do a little surprise show on the 15th.
Maybe.
So next Monday, it actually may just be the Anthony show.
Why is that?
Because I'll be in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Explain this.
So,
actually, I'm sorry. Before you explain that, we do have Rolling Stones tickets available. We're going to give those away at 8:30 our time here in Seattle, which that is, what time is it? Could you move your tissues?
11:30.
Huh?
Your time.
No. Could you? I need to see what time it is now. There we go. It's just before 8:10. I didn't see your phone. So in about 20 minutes, we're giving away those Rolling Stones tickets. Here's how that is going to work. So all you have to do is go into the chat and type in ! And the word enter. That's it. Just ! ENTER. Then you send that in the chat. You're automatically entered to win. We are going to pull the winner at random from a service that we use. And I will say subscribers do have 3 times the odds of winning. Mm-hmm. So the show is here in Seattle. It's not like you can just take these Rolling Stones tickets and go wherever you want with them. It's at Lumen Field. Right. Shout out to Lumen Field, by the way, here in Seattle.
Yes. The show is May 15th, and you can enter if you're not from here. Mm-hmm. But keep in mind, you can't sell the tickets. You can't. So if you can't get here, they're just a loss.
Well, because the tickets, I don't believe, get released to you until right before the show.
Probably not.
So that's what a lot of companies are doing now to make sure that you're not trying to scam people.
But like, there are companies that can make the tickets. Once they're issued to you, you can't transfer them anywhere else. Yeah. I don't know if that's what these are, but that's what they're trying to crack down on with the whole resale thing. Or if you resell, like, there are artists that make their tickets where if you try to resell them, you can only resell them through the app that you bought it at, and they won't let you charge any more than what you paid.
Yeah. So make sure you enter, ! The word enter, throw that in the chat, and then you're good to go. You can only enter once. All the tickets are free. Subscribers do have a better chance to win, and that drawing is going to be in 21 minutes.
Okay.
So, Carla Marie, in Canada, next Monday.
Yeah, so on Friday, I will be leaving to head up to Vancouver and Whistler with the Seahawks, which is crazy. So we are hosting a kids flag football camp. Me, Blitz, some of the dancers. And
so kids are going to be playing flag football there? Or learning it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
It's like, I don't know. I'm not doing the football rules. I just bring the fun.
Okay.
I'm the vibe manager.
Okay.
And so we start off at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center where the Seahawks practice on Friday. Then we drive up to Vancouver. Then we go to Whistler where we also will do another camp. And then I'll get to ski with Blitz.
So you're doing one in Vancouver and one at Whistler.
Yeah, I'll get to ski with Blitz. And then on Sunday, I will host a viewing party of the Seahawks game from Tapley's, I believe we're doing it at, which is a bar at the base of the mountain.
It's where I had the best day of my life.
And then on Monday, we will head back here. So it won't be, I won't be able to do the show Monday morning. The podcast will be fine. I'll be able to podcast from there. But this is like my first work trip. I think I said this is the first work trip I haven't had to pay partially for, at least since going with Elvis to Riviera Maya.
Yeah.
What about Taiwan?
Taiwan, right? Was after that?
Yeah.
So not bad trips though.
No, not bad trips.
Canada, Taiwan, Mexico.
It is a good time. But I was like, I'm so excited. I get to like go on a trip with my coworkers. I don't know. Like, I don't get to do that. And even like when we went with Elvis, it was like our friends.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
This is just,
it's all different. People we knew really well.
Cool.
I mentioned Tapley's as the best day of my life. That's where I got to watch Seton Hall win the Big East tournament in 2017, 16? 16. Best day of my life.
Well, hopefully I will have an amazing day of my life because...
An amazing day of my life.
Because Rutgers is playing Seton Hall in the, what do we call it? The Hardwood Classic?
Hardwood Classic. Jersey Hardwood Classic, something like that.
On Saturday. Mm-hmm. In basketball, obviously, because there's no hardwood football and you don't have a football team. And I'm going to have to watch it in Canada alone somewhere at a bar probably.
Well, it might be. I think it'll be kind of poorly timed for you because aren't you going to be out on the mountain at some point?
I don't know. And also, I don't think it's going to be televised because it's not like it's a tournament like when you watch Seton Hall play it's the opposite side of the country and in another country, like opposite coast. And
but if they have Fox Sports there, that's who Fox Sports.
And I'm not going to be able to stream it.
No. Damn.
I know.
It's all right. Rutgers is going to lose anyway.
No, they're not.
I'm actually very worried as a Seton Hall fan this week because we have to travel to Baylor, first off, which is like the 6th best team in the country, the ranked 6th in the country. We have to play at Baylor tomorrow, which is not an easy flight. I've done it before because you have to fly to basically Dallas, Fort Worth, and then drive like through the nothingness of Texas to Waco, and then come back, play an in-state rival on Saturday. So it's going to be a rough week for us.
Kids go to school?
No.
Did they do the school?
They don't go to school on Saturdays, so that's fine.
Yeah, but like, come on.
But the Baylor game has me worried. Rutgers has me worried just because they're always close games.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, historically, they're all within like 5 points on average. It's pretty crazy.
I'm excited.
But most of the world is still college football crazed right now, so no one's really paying attention to college basketball.
Yeah, I witnessed Anthony talking to bros at the gym about the college football chaos.
Okay, let me explain. I was going over to the squat rack, and I thought it was going to be open. Turns out one of the guys that I know was about to slide in there, so I backed off the squat rack for a second because all 3 were taken. And I overheard a conversation about whether or not the teams that got in were supposed to be there. And thankfully,
you just inserted yourself.
Well, I got in there, and as I left, Carla Marie turns around. She's like, "Did you even know those people?" Again, luckily there were 2 people that I've talked to at length.
Because looking at it, if you didn't know those people and you just went in and started disagreeing with someone, and I was like, "You are the person that I hate at the gym."
Why?
Because I thought you were just going into someone's conversation of people you didn't know and just flat out disagreeing with them and giving your opinions. And I was like, bro, this was uncalled for. But then I found out that you knew them.
Yes.
Which made it, I guess, better.
It was Tyler and Nick from the gym.
That's cute.
2 very good guys who I've talked to at length in the past.
Okay. Then it was allowed.
Nick is interesting because when I met Nick, he had a torn Achilles.
It's cute.
And he was on I don't know if it was a scooter or crutches. I can't remember. I think it was a scooter. And then basically, like, the moment he got cleared from his scooter and his boot,
Must be contagious.
I was in the torn Achilles camp, which is not fun. But big news is on Wednesday, I have my 6-month meeting with my orthopedic surgeon, who didn't do surgery, but that's still what he is. And he, I guess, at that point, can clear me to do most things.
Like, what is it? Wouldn't you say most things? What can't you do?
Tackle football.
Okay.
Which wasn't really in the cards for, I don't know, the rest of my life,
Basketball?
maybe. Basketball is interesting. Excuse me. So I need to see what he says because my physical therapist was a little worried about me playing basketball and like making hard cuts and jumping and stuff.
Never again would I do it.
So you would never play.
I don't think so.
I would absolutely.
I don't care about basketball. Okay. If I hurt myself playing basketball, I'd be so mad at myself.
For playing basketball to begin with? So I need to see what the orthopedic surgeon says. I'm not going to play basketball before the holidays because if I do re-injure myself, I don't want it to be now.
No.
So hopefully in the new year, I'll be back on the court at some point.
But you got approval from your surgeon
last
appointment to do snowboarding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Apparently, and it makes sense because a snowboarding boot is pretty stiff. It's almost like being in the walking boot that I was in. So it's not like your ankle's actually in a vulnerable position while you're snowboarding. Now, there is a lot of stress on your calf muscles.
Which is where your tear really was.
Yeah, so I'll figure it out. He even said with the Epic Pass, which is the season pass that I buy, you can get doctor's notes, and they can reduce if you missed most of the season or something. So I might do one day where I don't use my Epic Pass. I'll pay the regular fee.
For $9,000?
No, one of the local mountains.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel. And if I feel like it's too painful, then I'll have my doctor write the note, and they'll have to refund me for the entire Epic Pass. But the thing is, I can't use the Epic Pass.
Right. Because then they'll be like,
to get refunded.
Yeah.
So I'll figure all of that out. But Wednesday is the big day, and I'm Very excited.
But you also have big news. What happened on Friday at physical therapy?
Oh, I ran for the first time.
Cool.
Yeah, I ran. They have this big machine called an Alter G treadmill, I think is the full name.
Mm-hmm.
And they zip you into it. It's like a big plastic bubble. And then when you're zipped in, like waist down, they pump it with air. And then that air counterbalances your actual weight so that you're running on a smaller percentage of your own body weight. So I was running.
What kind of air are they pumping it with?
The best kind? The lightest kind? I don't know. So I was originally running when I first did my first couple sets with 75% of my body weight. So it basically reduced 50 pounds.
Okay.
Then I got to
That's cool.
bump it up, I guess you would say, because then I started running with 80% of my body weight and then 85% of my body weight. And when I go back next week, I'll do it again. But I might be able to, I might be cleared on Wednesday to run normally.
Did you how did it feel on your Achilles moving like that?
The Achilles was actually fine.
June 7th was and then December 6th or 7th is your 6 months.
Yeah, so this is right before my 6-month appointment, and I actually felt pretty good. It was a little, I don't want to say tight because not crunchy at all.
Well, stiff.
Stiff, yeah. It was just, it hadn't done that motion in a long time. And part of me, it was like the whole chain of joints and muscles was a little off.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't run since June 7th. So it was kind of like baby drafting it a little bit.
Yeah.
I was kind of wobbly at first. And then within 2-3 minutes, I was fine.
I don't know what it is about the Achilles and a tendon that weirds me out, because if you were like, oh yeah, I broke my leg and I started running again, I'd be like, cool. But the thought of the tendon, I don't know. There's something about it.
It's a pretty gross injury, especially if you're someone like my brother who has their Achilles roll up into the back of your leg, because then they've got to get in there and pull it down like a crappy curtain or a shade. They've got to and then stitch
I'm
it
sure
down.
they accidentally slips out of their hand sometimes and it goes back up.
Gotta get it. Don't forget, we do have those Rolling Stones tickets. Those are available to anyone, but the show is here in Seattle. See the cool little Rolling Stones logo over there. And all you got to do is type in ! And the word enter. Then send that in the chat, and you're entered to win. You can only enter once. Subs do have 3 times the odds of winning. So keep all of that in mind, and you do have to be here to win. So make sure you are at your keyboard in 10 minutes, because once we say your name, we're going to start a minute timer. And if you don't respond, you're out of there.
Is it possible to do less air in the Alter G treadmill so that you're running at more of your body weight to train for?
I think you would just put on a weighted vest or something, which I have.
This thing, though.
You want to what?
I want it because I feel
so you want to run in a vacuum.
Basically, because I feel like doing it with the air is less pressure on your joints than a weighted vest.
I think it would be the same.
Because
you want to basically add gravity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is what the weight would do. The weight would put more pressure on you.
But that it hurts.
Where?
My body. But air's not going to hurt my body.
Air? It could. Talk to a deep sea diver.
Definitely hurt myself just by living.
I'm sure deep sea divers would argue with you, because that pressure down there, it's not air, it's water pressure, but it still acts the same way, I would assume. Right? It's coming down on you.
Yeah, but it's not going to punch you.
Neither is the regular. What are you talking about?
A weight could hurt you if you're running it. I
said a weighted vest, not run with dumbbells or people throwing weights at you. Carla Marie had a big day in the gym, though.
I did.
Want to talk about it?
So we talked about this 2 weeks ago when I learned that you said, are you using 2 plates at the gym yet? And I was like, yeah, I put a plate on each side of the weight, on each side of the bar. And you're like, no, 2 plates, you and Fred the Mailman. We're 2 plates specifically mean 45-pound plates.
And for the record, if you have this is the weird gym math. If you have a 45-pound plate on each side, you're really lifting 1 plate in our minds.
You said 2 plates.
Yeah, because 2, you'd be at 225.
But you told me 2 plates.
You're using 2.
No, you told me that means 2 plates. Literally in this show.
Did I?
Yes, because I remember saying, okay.
Because you would never use 1 plate. You wouldn't have one plate on one side. Okay.
Roll the tape.
I don't have tape, but
2 weeks ago, you said to me 2 plates means that I am using a 45-pound weight on each side. And then you continued to send me 3 different Instagram reels explaining that.
Okay, so then I'm wrong. But I was right. So it evens out.
Okay.
Continue.
Anyway.
Continue.
I did it.
And how'd you feel?
It was a lot, but it felt good.
Well, and it was deadlifting, right?
Yeah, I slowly was working there because I was kind of like milking it around 115 for a while. And I was like, kind of scared to go up. And then I had this new goal of this is what I have to do. So I did 4 sets of 8 reps at 135 pounds.
So Lenny from Queens said 1 plate means 2 plates. 45 plus 45 equals 135.
So I was right. Look at that. What do you mean? That is literally what I just said. Are you okay today?
No, I'm not.
Go for a walk and come back.
No, I'm not. We have tickets to give away in 7 minutes. But it was a big day. You felt good about it?
Yeah, my legs are very sore today.
Yeah, well, it was a whole leg day, right?
Yeah, but I didn't even do my hip thrusts.
Why not?
Because it's chaos at the gym.
The weekends have been kind of wild. And I don't know why. I feel like they are usually, and maybe we're just going at a time that I normally don't go by myself, because Carla Marie likes to get things done real early. She's at the gym, ready to roll.
It was 11 a.m.
Yeah, but I'm a later, especially on the weekends. I'll get there at like 2, 3. No one's there. It's beautiful.
Yeah. The week, Tacoma Swifty said the weekends fly by fast. And like, we also, for the most part, we have Fridays off.
Yeah, but we work Sundays.
Half of Sundays. True. But still go by so fast.
Yeah, but that's just life, Got to savor the moments or something like that. I don't know, something people say. Let me see here. Okay, we do have 6 more minutes left for the Rolling Stones giveaway. Remember, that is in Lumen Field here in Seattle. They're the ones who hooked us up with the tickets, right?
Yes, Lumen Field. Thank you.
So you can go see them this May 2024. Do you have the exact date?
May 15th.
May 15th, 2024. Rolling Stones, Lumen Field here in Seattle.
It's crazy.
All you have to do to enter the contest is type in !ENTER, then you press send, and you're good to go. You can only enter once. Subs get 3 times the odds of winning, and you do have to be here to win. We will start a 1-minute timer after we select your name, and if you do not enter anything in the chat by then, see you later.
I think I'm going to do a deadlift competition with the guys of the Rolling Stones.
Okay, you should be able to beat them. They're 100. Like, how much? Who is it? Mick Jagger, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look up how much this guy weighs.
It is crazy when you see photos of them, like when the band first started.
Let's see. According to Celebrity Tall.
Okay, I don't believe it, because these are the same websites that say my net worth is $5 million.
He's 161 pounds.
Wow, but he's tall, right? 5'10".
And that's what I was for most of my life. Was like 5'10", 165. Then I got another inch and a bunch more pounds. Let's see. I'll then W Celebrity. Let's see if this is the same thing.
Deadlift championship competition with Mick Jagger.
This says he's 154. So we got a little bit. 78 years old. I bet you he could out deadlift you. He's got to stay in shape for all the moves he does.
Like Jagger?
Yeah.
Even like, because once I started like going to the gym and having like specific weights that I do for things.
Yeah.
I started messaging like everyone that I know and was like, what do you deadlift? What do you this? Just because
you get it now.
But I also just want to see like where I'm at compared to them.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
the whole point.
Our friend John Camucci, not the cat, was like, I don't know. I don't even really like, I don't deadlift. I was like, what do you even do at the gym, bro? Are you just doing like pure bar? Like power?
He's probably doing a lot of glamour muscles. Probably a lot of bicep, a lot of chest. Skips leg day.
He definitely is a skip leg day guy.
Probably does a lot of abs though.
He definitely does abs.
Which,
but we think we definitely can lift more. I can deadlift more than Baby Jake.
Probably. Although he does carry around a lot of
wine
bottles, camera equipment. He's going up and down stairs with that stuff, Don't count him out. Anyway, it might surprise you.
Friends of Mailman said that those amount of reps and that weight that I did is really impressive, and that he would like to see my max, my one.
Yeah, we tried to calculate it, the 1 rep max. We tried to calculate that yesterday, and the random online calculator that I found said you would be able to do 167 pounds. But here's the thing. What they're doing is, how many reps did you do yesterday?
8.
8 reps at 135 pounds. You probably had a little bit more left in the tank, right? Like you weren't.
I had at least one more rep each time.
So maybe you're at 175.
I don't see a world where I can lift 175 pounds.
I think you'd have to work on your form a little bit, because you don't want to go too heavy with inconsistent form, because that's how you would hurt yourself.
I hope this is inspiring people to go like focus on how much they can lift and stuff.
Why is that?
Because it's cool.
It is fun.
My goal is to be able to have you lay down straight, and then I wrap straps around you and I deadlift you.
Okay. I mean, you're not.
Can you do that?
You could.
Did they make a thing like that? Deadlift your friends?
And just throw belts or something? I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta write this down. This is a really great invention.
What?
Deadlift your friends. And it's gonna be like a board.
Lift your dead friends. Or deadlift your friends. This probably makes more sense.
So
Linz, thank you very much for that subscription at Prime. Appreciate
yes.
that. And keep in mind, there are
Linda.
It looks like an S from where I am. I'm at a side angle of the screen. There are 2 minutes left until we're going to close down this Rolling Stones giveaway. So, Rolling Stones, May 15th, 2024. You want your tickets? All you got to do is type an exclamation point in the word enter.
Yes.
Send that in the chat, and you're all good to go.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know who it was, but they copy and pasted one of the websites that said what my net worth was, and it says it's $5 million.
It's not true, or I'm being lied to.
But like, where do they get this from?
Nowhere. They just make it up. They're like Aaron Andrews on the sidelines of NFL games.
And that was really Carissa Thompson.
And
Aaron Andrews.
It was both of them.
Yeah.
And then they tried to walk back their comments a little bit. Do you want to explain what I'm referencing? I
don't fully know the story because I didn't hear the clips.
Mm-hmm.
I just read articles about the clips. So on their podcast called Calm Down Podcast, I think from what I understand, Carissa Thompson said early on in her career, if she couldn't get a quote from a coach during halftime at a football game, she said like, oh, I would make something up. But it's not like she would misquote someone. Mm-hmm. She would just say what she observed. She would never say a coach said it.
Yeah.
So, she would say something like, the Eagles had a rough half, blah, 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 whatever. Normally at that point of the show, there would be a coach quote. She would say, I talked to the coach, this is what he said. She would just say her own, if she couldn't get a coach, she would just say her own observation is what she meant. But she said, I would make things up. And just that line of saying I would make things up, which let me tell you what, I speak very freely here and I just say things, but then I don't really say what I actually mean.
But you're also not on this show, you're not a source of information.
But on her podcast, she's not a source of information.
No, but she's talking about her job where she is.
Yeah.
It's different.
I used to make things up on the radio all the time.
But no. They walked it back a little bit, but they got a lot of flack for.
They did. A lot of reporters and stuff were like, just so you know, we're not all like this. You're discrediting. I was like, all right, let's chill out, guys.
So last chance to do this. All you have to do to enter to win the Rolling Stones tickets, type in exclamation point, like shift 1, and then ENTER, and hit send. All you have to do is that, exclamation point, the word enter, hit send. You're good to go. We're going to close this down in about, let's see what the timer is here, in about 20 seconds from right now. So do that. We're going to pick our winner. You do have to be here to win. So if you're entering now, don't go anywhere. Don't be a big dummy and leave.
It's kind of crazy because at least with the tour dates they've announced, Rolling Stones, they're not doing a huge tour.
Well, they've got to go back to their homes, nursing homes or whatever, wherever they live.
Okay, stop it. Don't be ageist.
It's just crazy. I'm more impressed than anything else.
I think they should have Dolly Parton come with them.
That would be fun. A little opener. No, but I'm actually more impressed because when you see clips of the Rolling Stones on stage, they're pretty damn active.
Well, here's the thing. If you just stay active, you're going to be fine.
That's true.
The problem is all these people turn 50 and they're like, I can't do anything anymore. I'm 50. Oh.
Yeah. Well, the Stones also never had like desk jobs that they had to sit and do.
No, they were constantly moving around.
Yeah. All right. It is time to close the contest in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close giveaway.
Okay.
Draw a winner. Remember, you do have to be here to win. And before I draw this winner, the second we say your name, I'm going to start a 1-minute timer.
Oh, do 90 seconds.
A 90-second timer. All right, draw a winner. First up, Kayla in Centralia.
So she won't have to go too far.
Which is great.
If she responds.
Let's see what we got. Kayla in Centralia.
Yay, she's in here. Okay,
perfect.
Cool.
All right. I can end that timer. That was like a record time. Thank you very much for being on top of it.
Kayla, email us with your full name, email, and phone number.
And
I guess anyone could really do that, but I'll know you're not Kayla.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So let me mark that as complete.
So exciting.
I also love that there's nothing worse when you're running a contest, because this happens in person too, a lot of like radio events that I used to do. You have an enter to win box, and you tell people all the time, you've got to be here to win, you've got to be here to win. You give them the time that they have to be there. And then you start pulling names, and no one's there.
It's so awkward.
And you're just like, okay, Katie.
Especially when you're at a mall on the mic. It used to happen to me, which is bizarre, for Jingle Ball tickets. Like,
yeah. Well, because a lot of people maybe get stuck at a store somewhere. Maybe they forgot.
Or they get trapped in the closet.
Around Christmas time. It's kind of crazy. Maybe they lost their phone. Maybe they died. I don't know. But thank you very much for everyone that entered. We appreciate that very much.
We'll have another giveaway next Thursday.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
I'll wait till tomorrow to confirm it. It'll be tickets.
Write it on the sheet.
You know it.
People can see that. What do you got?
Write it here just in case.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. A lot of people are going to want that one, too.
Yeah.
Not that they don't want the Stones, but
I think more of our audience is a fan of that.
It's a bigger pop culture event.
It's not the Eras Tour 2024, though.
Is there a 2024?
Yes. Not here, though.
Oh, it's all international.
Nope. She'll be in New Orleans and Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Or Indiana. One of the...
Indianapolis is in Indiana.
But I don't remember where. Because I remember it was something like them saying, who the hell is going to go to blank Indiana to see Taylor Swift? And everyone's like...
Everyone?
All of us.
Yeah.
It was like somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
No, it is definitely
not Taylor.
It is 100% not Taylor. So do you think there were scheduling conflicts with these places that she's going to go to next year where they tried to get them in the regular schedule?
Probably.
Or maybe those venues didn't believe in Taylor. And they were like, we don't like her. And then they saw how much money they were making and said, okay, we'll do it.
Well, she also, I don't know when the hell she was going to go to these places. True. Anyway, she didn't really have, the only, weekend she had off was this past chunk.
And what do you have, New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah. And then I know she does a bunch of Canadians.
She does a bunch of Canadians. What do we got?
Oh, that's right. Oh, duh, Miami.
That'll be a good one.
Hard Rock, Miami, next October.
Drown You Out said they have Toronto tickets.
New Orleans, Indianapolis. It is Indianapolis.
Okay.
Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yep.
Who's there?
The Colts.
Okay, so that's all the American ones.
That's also where the Big Ten Championship is played, I believe. Are you,
Damn,
is that all of them?
Wednesday, February 7th is in Tokyo. Oh, okay, wait. So she has Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. Okay, so she will be able, if the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, she has a show in Tokyo, Saturday, February 10th.
Okay.
Will she be able to get to Vegas by Sunday the 11th. Yeah, that's easy.
Do I think a mega celebrity who's super rich could get from one city to another whenever they want? The answer is yes.
Well, I would just like you to know that this is what I think about often. Will she be able, this is the second time one time I specifically went to check her schedule to see if she'd be able to make it to the Super Bowl. Oh, then she goes to Australia.
We need to maybe get you some more responsibilities or something. Some more work responsibilities to fill your time a little better.
No, we don't.
So February 10th is her show in Tokyo, and then the Super Bowl is the 11th.
Yes. And then that Friday, she goes to Australia. That was my Australian accent. She does a lot in Australia.
Okay, we're gonna move.
Then Singapore.
We're gonna move on now. Appreciate the time. We're gonna move on now.
I would really like to see her overseas. I think it'd be so cool.
Go for it. What's stopping you?
Money.
But you're worth $5 million.
Got to sell off some of my estate.
I want to Google it and see.
No, it's
how much is the Carla Marie worth?
Because the radio fam recently sent me a screenshot and it said that I was one of the most famous people in radio or something, or one of the most profound radio hosts. Like, you used some weird word and we were dying.
How's your birthday?
Oh, famous radio host.
From New Jersey.
This isn't what
so far correct. As the morning show host for Power 93.3, that station hasn't been alive for 6 years. Together with her co-host Anthony, she hosts the morning show and podcast Monday Friday. Also has not been a thing for a while. I don't see your...
Oh, my Pisces. Wait,
what weight and physical stats are not here. Education, not there.
Hold on. Can you go back up for a second?
Oh, here we go. Net worth between $1 million and $5 million. You're telling me you're worth between $1 and $5 million. You can't go to a stupid Taylor Swift concert?
Go up, please.
What a peasant.
Go up. Stop.
Right here?
It's about my...
Birth sign duality, passive. What does that mean?
What is birth sign modality and element? Mutable water?
We're going to Google that, saying now. Your opposite sign is Virgo. Does that mean you get along with that person or not?
Probably not. Who's Virgo? That's now, right?
Virgo? I thought we were in like Sagittarius season. I have no idea.
If you're right and I'm not, that's hilarious.
I feel like I've seen a lot of people posting about it. Why won't this copy?
Pisces season's almost here.
All right, birth sign modality is what I'm looking for.
Oh
Birth
my God, imagine
sign.
Wait, where is she from?
Modality and element. Is that it? Yeah. Known as categories of cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. Each a modality in astrology comprises 4 zodiac signs and contains all 4 elements.
So, but what is mutable?
For example, the cardinal signs include Aries, fire, Cancer, water, Libra, air, Capricorn, earth. So you are your cardinal sign, Carla Marie. What are you?
I'm in Pisces.
Pisces, that's the one.
But I don't think a cardinal sign.
Your mutable sign is water, yeah. But I don't know what that means. These graphs and charts are very confusing.
Yeah, we got to get Amanda Rico Green back on here.
I have no idea what I'm looking at. And you know what? This is the first time I'm glad I can't share my screen right now because it just would have given everyone a headache.
Okay, well, Taylor's in Singapore the week of my birthday.
Erica P said, I think right now we're in Sagittarius. Is that what I said? Huh. Look at that. Charge my crystals, bitch. I know all the things. Does sound like a great birthday trip.
I've always wanted to go to Singapore ever since seeing Crazy Rich Asians, which is honestly one of the best movies. And I tell you this all the time. It's so good. You need to watch it.
I'm a sane broke Asian. What do I need to watch it for?
You're a sane broke.
I'm a sane broke Asian. No one ever considers Middle Eastern people Asian. We are. I know it's not like in the same context, but we're just Western Asian. Like Lebanon is in Asia. We play in the Asia Cup in basketball.
That's it. That's the end all be all.
That's what we play in.
But if you compare that to how it works here with college football, nothing makes sense, though. I don't even trust you if that's what you're going off of.
Wait, say that again?
Like how conferences work for college football.
No, college football is broken. It's my favorite sport in the country, and it is 100%. The system is broken. And next year, they're going to go to a 12-game playoff, so we won't have like the drama that we had this year. Someone's always going to be left out, just like with the NCAA tournament, right? There's always 4 teams that everyone says, my nose itches, that everyone says deserved a shot, and 4 teams that people say shouldn't have been there. But when you get to that point, when you're the 66th team and you didn't make it, I think there's less of an argument. There's more things you could have done yourself as a team to get yourself in. Whereas if you didn't follow the drama with college football, Florida State won every one of their games, won their championship game, and they've been left out of the college football playoff because there's only 4 teams that get in.
But the team that got in, Texas
and Alabama both have 1 loss.
How is that fair?
So it was at the end of the day, they tried to fix a broken system twice, made it marginally better, but still had a math problem. Because back in the day, you would...
They should have used girl math.
Before the BCS, the Bowl Championship Series, right? Bowl Championship Series system. Either way, the writers would just list who their champion was. The writers would just say, oh, we think Notre Dame is the champion this year. We think Alabama is the champion.
That's so annoying.
Yeah. They wouldn't even play each other oftentimes. Then they came up with the BCS, the bowl game, the championship series. And they said the writers are going to rank the top 2 teams, and those teams will have to play each other to crown a champion. Still, you're using 2. System's a little flawed. Then they expanded it to the college football playoff. Now you have 4 teams. Problem is there are 5 power conferences. So one of the conference champions is always going to be left out, sometimes 2.
Diana said, Anthony, FSU had a perfect record. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, they won every one of their games, and they were conference champions.
Yeah.
I'm not agreeing that Florida State should have been out. I think Florida State should have been in.
Well,
and
the bro at the gym you were talking to thinks they got it right.
He does.
Why?
The argument to be made is, and I'll tell you why this is actually partly Florida State's fault as well in a second. But the argument that people are making to keep Florida State out is what people are calling the eye test. They don't look like one of the best 4 teams in the country. They were down to their 3rd-string quarterback when they won the championship on Saturday.
But they still won.
They still won. They played a pretty lackluster Louisville team. So they're saying that if you put all of them in a field, all 5 of those, Florida State's still the worst team there, which might be true. But what we do know is Florida State won all of their games.
Yeah,
I don't like predicting who should be in a game based on things they haven't done yet.
Did you see the quote from the Florida State quarterback who broke his leg?
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I wish I broke my leg earlier in the season so you could really see how good this team is. And I was like, oh.
I feel bad for that kid. I feel bad for the whole team. I feel bad for that kid the most, because he's a star quarterback who broke his leg.
Yeah.
But the committee used him as their scapegoat.
I know.
Like, adults were using this kid quarterback as their scapegoat to make their bad decision. Do I think if he was healthy, they make it? Probably.
That's
but he
crazy.
made their job easy because they want one of the SEC teams in the championship. They want either Alabama or Georgia in there.
Who are these people? Is there a list of people?
There are, yeah.
I'm going to bet it's all white men over 50.
No, most of them are over 50, men or women. But they're either conference presidents, school presidents, administrators, stuff like that.
People who take
athletic directors. Like the Michigan athletic director is part of the committee this year.
Well,
Michigan got the 1 seed. I think they should have been the 2 seed.
People who take bribes.
Well, people who are heavily invested in the outcome. So they don't even need to take bribes. Liberty is getting to a bowl game, and Liberty is going to get smoked by Oregon.
Who's Liberty?
Liberty, so what they do in the college football playoff, and it was one of the stipulations they added when they made this new system, is you have your, I'm blanking out, you have your Power 5 conferences and what's the other term? Power 5. Group of 5 schools. There we go. So they're all the conferences in college football that are not in the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, or...
So like the leftovers.
The other one. Yeah. The highest ranked school of the group of 5 schools automatically gets a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day bowl game. So Liberty is that team this year. They're ranked, I want to say 23.
Where is Liberty?
No idea.
New
I
York?
literally have no idea where Liberty is.
Seems like it would be in New York.
Is it Liberty University?
Yeah.
Virginia.
Oh, that also makes sense.
So Liberty.
Wait, what is Liberty Bibbity?
Liberty gets, for all of their hard work this season, for being the highest ranked group of 5
They
school,
get to get their asses whooped.
they
by
get to
Oregon.
go play Oregon.
The Ducks?
The Ducks in the Fiesta Bowl.
They're good.
They're very good. And if the Ducks show up, now keep in mind, Bo Nix might not play. There's a lot of guys who might choose to just start training for the NFL Combine or enter the transfer portal and not play in this game. But if 90% of Oregon shows up, Liberty's getting smoked.
Liberty Bibbity.
I hope they don't. I love it. I love a good upset.
Do you think they called themselves Liberty Bibbity?
Probably not.
What? Martha said I just sang it.
Liberty, Liberty, Liberty.
Liberty Bibbity. Wait. Rutgers is playing in the Pinstripe Bowl, and
They are.
which is so cool because it's like their backyard.
I feel like they've always played in the Pinstripe Bowl, right?
However, I'm going to be in New Jersey. Pinstripe Bowl is at Yankee Stadium, which is really cool.
And cold.
I hear it's an awful place to play because it's a baseball stadium.
Yeah. I have friends who have gone. They don't seem to love the experience.
Because I feel like you're also like far, like you're.
Depends on your seat. Sometimes you're really close and sometimes you're really far.
So as a prestigious alumni of this university.
Worth $5 million.
Worth $1 to $5 million.
According to the internet.
I would love dugout seats, home plate seats, something. I would love to sit in the dugout.
I don't think you'd see anything.
Where do they play? In the back?
On the field.
Oh, they don't play in the dirt?
And if you're in the dugout, you're
So
below
I want
everybody.
bleacher seats to where I can freeze my ass off. But for real, we'll be home and they're playing University of Miami because they're going to be very cold in New York, which I think is great. And you know what? Screw them because they're the only school that did not accept me.
Oh, I'm definitely cheering for Miami.
No, and they're going to lose.
And Miami probably has a lot of fans in New Jersey, actually.
100%. Andy went there. I should
Andy
see
from
if-
the Breakfast Club?
the hell's
The serial killers? They're really they're the actual Breakfast Club.
Okay. I mean, he can probably get me tickets to go with him.
From university or from
No,
the radio
like
station?
he just knows people. He's like that guy. He's gonna be in like Disney World, sleeping in Cinderella's castle probably that day. He's not even gonna know what this is. Pinstripe Bowl. He's gonna think I'm talking about cereal.
Look at this. Fred the Mailman said that Liberty was the only college to send a scout out to my high school back in the day. They ended up asking me to come play outside linebacker for them. I declined.
Why?
You could have been the proud alumni of a team that's going to get smoked by Oregon
Well,
this
now
week.
I'm gonna root for Liberty Bibbity.
I mean, I'm going to root for Liberty because I would love to see the wild upset.
Oh,
I don't think they're going to win, but I would love to see it.
yeah.
But yeah, college football is broken. Oh, I said how I was going to explain why Florida State could actually be to blame for not making it into the college football playoff. So, as most people who follow the sport know, this season saw a bunch of teams in college football changing conferences, right? Like you're going to have 4 teams from the Pac-12 go play in the Big Ten, which then you're going to have four teams play in the Big 12.
They need to change the numbers of these names.
They'll never do it. The Big Ten should have been changing their number for the last 30 years, and they haven't done it. But with that said, there was a lot of movement, and the SEC got 2 of the biggest brands in college football. They got Texas and Oklahoma. And the SEC already had the most power out of all the conferences. They're like the darling of ESPN. So the other 3 conferences that were remaining, or 3 of the other conferences, the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC, created what they called the Alliance. So they were going to vote together.
Like Survivor.
They were going to vote together for things that may or may not hurt the SEC to keep them from getting more power. They voted this year. They voted this year to expand the college football playoff from 4 teams to 12 teams.
And Florida voted against it.
Florida and the ACC got the other 2 conferences on board and voted against a 12-team playoff for this year.
Would have been in it.
It's going to happen next year. Next year is 12 teams in 2024. This year, it was supposed to happen. They voted against it. Had they not voted against it, Florida State has a shot at the college football championship.
Whatever.
So they are to blame a little bit. And really, a lot of the conference realignment started with the ACC years ago. Oh. So this whole thing is their problem.
Well, apparently we don't want to root for Liberty.
Why?
It's the college founded by Jerry Falwell's church. Do I know this guy? And then Wendy said you don't want to cheer for Liberty.
Then I have to cheer for the Ducks?
I could cheer for the Ducks.
They're a cool team.
They got Nike. Nike is them, right?
What was that?
Nike.
And the Ducks, yeah. And then, let's see, who is this? Loco 2001 said next year there's only 2 conferences to worry about, and that's the Big Ten and the SEC. I would also say the Big 12 is going to be an interesting conference next year. But the Pac-12's dead.
Oh, well, this guy, he's a televangelist.
Oh, I recognize the name.
But in 2020, he took an indefinite leave of absence from his positions at Liberty University following controversy around a photo he posted on social media. Mm-hmm. It showed him with his pants unzipped and his arm around the waist of a woman whose shorts were similarly unzipped.
Okay. It's an interesting picture to post. And I guess he's like a super religious guy that shouldn't be doing that or something.
Or, let's see.
Was it like his wife or just some woman?
Why would he post that?
Silly picture to post.
Oh. I guess the joke was supposed to be that they both didn't fit into their pants, though.
And who is that woman? And who is like... Was that the controversy? There's a question here for... Where was it? Damn it. Someone was asking me, I think it was Shanna, what my hatred is for the Ducks. And I don't really have a hatred for the Ducks. I've actually always been a Ducks fan, but now that I'm in Washington, I feel like...
Yeah.
I'm a Husky, you know?
You're not a Coug?
And it's not necessarily...
Or a Bulldog? You hate the Zags.
I do hate the Zags. Sucks. Great program, but they knocked out Seton Hall from the NCAA tournament in 2016.
Zags. I don't know. They don't do that.
What did you just do? Just horns?
Zags. Yeah. Hook 'em, Zags.
Hook 'em, Zags. Hook 'em, Bulldogs. So, yeah, I don't have a hatred for the Ducks, but normally, especially in big bowl games, I will cheer for the underdog almost exclusively. Because that's what college sports are about. Right. College sports are about upsets and underdogs winning and ruining the lives of $1 million coaches.
You have to talk about...
That's what I'd love to see.
Your Cobalt toolbox. Because you talked about it on here.
Let me explain something to you guys.
2 weeks ago.
One day.
No, talk about it.
Oh, I will. One day, Carla Marie and the people like her will realize that I, Anthony, am in fact a trendsetter. Okay, I'm ahead of the curve. I got great taste. And I am a trendsetter. Now, let me explain. Last year, I got the Battery Daddy. Now, was I the first person to buy a Battery Daddy? No. But I bought the Battery Daddy, and I got made fun of until people started realizing, wow, this Battery Daddy is the invention and the gift of a lifetime. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for saving Christmas. You and baby Jesus should be celebrated every year on Christmas, is what people said to me. Okay. And then this year, about a month, at least a month ago, I was at Lowe's. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a gander and see what I can find this year to be Saint Anthony on Christmas, to make sure baby Jesus had a great birthday party. Okay. And I sent Carla Marie a picture of this item. And Carla Marie could not be less impressed.
It was a mini toolbox.
It's a mini toolbox from Cobalt.
What are you going to do with it?
And it looks cool.
What tools
and it comes
do you have?
in 6 colors, but it's for your desk. It's kind of the size of a tissue box, maybe a little taller.
It's Okay.
And
it's bigger than a tissue box.
Not that tissue box. That's an irregular one. I'm talking about the rectangular tissue boxes. Anyway, it fits on your desk, and you can keep anything. It's got 2 drawers and a little pop top, right? So maybe you're a barber, and you got some tools you want to keep organized. Bam, mini Cobalt toolbox. Maybe you're badass. You don't want people to think all you're about is your 9-to-5 desk job. You want them to know that you're handy as well. Put it on your desk for your pens and your paper clips. Whatever you want. It could be a makeup drawer.
Could be
whatever you want.
Probably easy to clean.
So I sent it to Carla Marie. I get made fun of, and she said, listen, I'll give you the credit. You got the battery daddy, but this ain't it. And then last week, I get a direct message from Carla Marie herself.
It was a Lowe's video.
From the verified account of Carla Marie. And it's Lowe's with Travis Kelce in a stupid Lowe's vest with a stupid thing in his hand.
You hate it now.
No, you hated it, and that's why you sent it. But no, Travis Kelce is talking to everybody about how cool the Cobalt desktop toolbox is. And he didn't even mention all the colors.
He said he's going to put his jewelry in it. I love that.
He didn't even mention all the colors. I did. 6 colors.
Does come in pink.
Pink, black, white, blue, gray.
Green.
Red. Maybe more than 6. I don't know. And it is the coolest gift. It's only like $20. And the cool thing about it, if you're doing like a white elephant gift exchange, is it's heavy. So when people grab it, it is going to be the gift they want. It's got some weight to it.
It's like $20.
Yeah. Martha said I'd buy it. Martha, it's a great gift. Don't let Carla Marie bully you into thinking that I'm not a trendsetter.
No, I think it's such a cute gift.
Who should have set the trend to Carla Marie?
Travis Kelce. Jen said that she thinks we need an influencer tones gift guide.
You couldn't even handle it.
Yeah, you would never sit down and put it together.
You couldn't even handle it, Carla Marie, because you'd be like, oh my God, my whole what's trending life is over because it's so good.
I would love to watch you put together an article that...
It's just links.
Okay.
Right?
And embed photos. I
don't even know what that means. I would take photos in bed with them? Is that...
Imagine, I was like, I need you to embed all of these. And you just took a photo in bed with all of your items.
Yeah, that, you know what? Marijuana, I like this idea. I'm just going to post a notes app list.
Yeah.
This is what you should get. But I'm going to be so influential that people are going to take that list. They're going to Google all of the items, and they're going to have the best Christmas ever.
Referral links, kid.
I don't even want it.
Meg
My girlfriend's worth $1 to $5 million. What do I need referral links for? According to the internet.
Oh, I wish that was so true.
Do you think we could take out a loan with that whatever that website is and just be like, hey bank, hey JP Morgan, here's my worth.
Why do you need a loan if you have all of this? Meg said, so your toolbox doesn't come with any tools.
No. You have to. It's because it's not just for tools. You're thinking small. You gotta have big brain energy. You can put whatever you want in there. Okay. You know, pens, pencils.
Jess said it's completely sold out online. Now it's only available through third-party sellers for insane prices. We should have got it at Lowe's.
Except for someone didn't believe in me.
There were 2 left.
You know, if I just had a partner that believed in me.
Well, when you go to Lowe's to get the glue gun for the glue that you got on my beautiful glass table, you can do.
Yeah, we went. I was asking this past week, and it seemed like they were sold out at this Lowe's.
No, there were 2.
Oh yeah, they weren't the colors that we wanted. So, I'm sure they'll restock. If they're doing a whole ad campaign about this $20 thing, they're gonna have to restock them at some point. Yeah. If they got Travis Kelce to talk about this toolbox. When they could have gotten me for much cheaper. But I am a bigger influencer than Travis Kelce.
No.
I mean, he's literally Taylor Swift's +1. What does he do in life? Nothing.
You're my +1.
Yeah, right. Jess from Minnesota said, I bought one last year. They only bring them out around the holidays. I didn't even know it last year, but I was all caught up in the battery daddy last year. So I was really harnessing my influencer power on the battery daddy.
I wonder what next year is going to be.
Whatever it is, I'm sure I'm going to tell Carla Marie about it, and she's going to go, ugh. And then Travis Kelce is going to do something. She's going to go, oh my God, it's so cool.
When I saw Travis Kelce holding that stupid toolbox, I was like, oh no.
Who's the toolbox now? Huh, Carla Marie? You.
Jinx. You owe me soda. Coke. You can't talk.
All right. It is time for us to get out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will be back tomorrow, and that'll be our 5th. No, how am I trying to count this down?
Just stop.
I'm trying to count down properly.
There are 5 shows left.
There will be 5 shows left starting tomorrow.
No, there are 5 shows left starting from the moment you turn off this camera.
Yes. Yes. That. Toolbox Marie. See you later.